Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, Friday nights in the fall are better, of course, under the lights. Nick Krupke here with you for your week one of Fox 12 FNL, our first autumn show since state title time in 2019. Those last two large school state champs in Washington and Oregon were going at it tonight in Oregon City. Yeah, don't adjust your set. Fox 12's Craig Bernbach is back on your TV live in Oregon City. A neutral site game for the papermakers today from Camas, Craig. The reigning 4A WIAA champs, the Central Catholic Rams, the defending 6A OSAA title holders, way back again from that end of 2019. Craig, good to see you, bud.
Good to be back, Nick, and thank you. You really got me off to a great start. What a great way to kick off 2021, but with two state champions from 2019. As you mentioned, Camas and Central Catholic kicked off a little far from both their homes right here at Pioneer Stadium in Oregon City. Talk about starting the season off in style. Opening kickoff here, that's Strider Todd Fields. He catches it, and then he's gonna break some tackles, break some hearts, break off a little something. How about a 99-yard kickoff return, and Central Catholic was up 7-0 in a blink. Then it's the Rams defense getting offensive. And Marion Winston is gonna knock it up, and it drops right into the hands of Solomon McDaniel, who takes it to the house. It's 14-0 Rams at the break. Third quarter now, it's Crew Newman. He throws it up, and Strider Todd Fields is there to bring it down, and then he's gonna get gone. 73 yards for his second score, and it's 21-3 CC. Camas tries to hang in as Luke Jamison carries in some would-be tacklers on his way for the Papermakers' first touchdown of the game. But too much firepower for Central Catholic as Newman finds Jordan King for 6, and the Rams are crowned a Week 1 winner. 28-17 is your final. Not a bad way to start the season, huh?
Yeah, it was a great way. I love this team. Look at these fans back here, man. Look at them all celebrating our win and stuff. This is an awesome game. It was an awesome opportunity to come out and show that we can compete with the best of them. Camas is a great program, and it was just awesome.
All right, the reason why we're out here in Oregon City is because where Central Catholic usually plays at Hillsborough Stadium, well, the stadium was unavailable. Next up for the Rams, they'll take on David Douglas. Now, as for Camas, woo, what a schedule, as they're going to play 3 straight Oregon schools: Clackamas, Jesuit, and West Lynn. That is some tough football games. Reporting live from Oregon City, I'm Craig Bernbach, Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, the Hops were home tonight in Hillsborough. Friday late afternoon daylights from McKenzie. What a Week 1 matchup. Number 1 O'Day from Seattle. Union's 4th-rated Titans opening quarter. Fighting Irish up 7-0. Here goes Liam Boyce. Left, near side of the frame. Gain of 21 to the 14. That led to a field goal, 7-3 Union trailing. Nearing the end of the half now, 14-3 O'Day on their own 7. But it's going to go the other way. Triple team if you like. Union's Kellen Milliken making the INT to keep Jason Brown and company off the board again before the break. Third quarter, here comes that Golden Domer. Special speed here. Notre Dame commit Tobias Merriweather breaks away for the touchdown for the Titans. 65 yards, making it 14-9. Later, Boyce, well, this is a nice juke too. For 10 yards to the 4-yard line. Looks kind of like JoJo Ciafelli from a few years ago. And then that reverse pitch to Merriweather. Rory Rosenbach can use these kind of skills in a variety of ways, tricking everybody, including our cameraman, Paul Strunk. He got on it, 14-yard score, but that was all of Union scoring. 35-17 O'Day the final. Union and Mountain View will meet in a week. And why don't you just produce your show that way, huh? All right, MVHS in a nightcap from McKenzie up against Kent Lake from Kent. 26-2 home team third quarter. That's James Thompson. 28-yard rush down the sidelines. Nice, clean, white lids as always. That run would lead to this score. Mitch Johnson to his left, tight spiral to the tight end. Big target, always good in the paint. Aiden Nicholson, a sophomore, 25-yard score, 33-2 Mountain View. Next time they had the ball, Johnson made it count yet again. Mitchie the Kid locking in on Thompson. James, a 28-yard advancement of the ball to the 25. And then same drive, different end of the field now. Walker Richardson pretty much walks right in. Thunderstruck, 42-6. Adam Matheson be pouring over the film with his coffee and donuts by 7 a.m. Saturday. Well, take me back to Fishback. Community involvement, always good. Prairie at Washougal. Opening quarter, 4th down. Braden slant finds Thor Stepina. He's going to step inbounds, hauls it in for a 22-yard connection. Ball then on the 7, feed the back. Alex Ford driving hard, spins in for 6 more. Tack on 2 like Mike Peck likes to do, 8-0. Second quarter, Stepina once more. This time, Lickety Brendel up the middle. 7 yards and in, 16-0 Falcons after 2 more. Later first half, Washougal stomping near midfield in the air. That space, though, occupied by Thor. Stepina with the hammer on the INT. The long return to put the Falcons in business yet again. We've said a name enough times. We'll do it again. Thor Stepina. One more before the intermission. All Prairie flying high in Washougal. 44-6. The Creed feeling all right. How about this for a week 1 tilt? 2 perennial 6A powers, Ken Potter's Jesuit Crusaders and Chris Miller's West Lynn team. The Lions will tell you they were the best team in the state for their 6-week run last spring. After trading field goals in the first half, in the third it was 3-3. A baseball score no more. Senior Chase Harmon taking over for Blake DeBishop. Pulls the pin to Mark Hamper. 49-yard touchdown, silencer, 10-3 West Lynn. There's under 10 minutes left for the game now. Same tally, West Lynn ball again. Earl Ingalls carries to the 7 to set up another stamp of approval for the visitors in the Kelly Green. Second and goal, Harmon, really a wily vet now, hits Wiley Donnerberg, the class of 2024 kid, lines up by a pair of scores. Jesuit, though, still hanging around. Jacob Hutchinson pushing it down the field, but that would be intercepted by Hamper, making plays on both sides of the field tonight. West Lynn 17, Jesuit 3. Next up, Satyr Nation will go to Hof Tigard, while West Lynn home with North Medford. The Lions will play their home games in Wilsonville as it's a construction zone in the Lynn. And a somber start to the season at Lake Oswego. The Lakers mourning the loss of their coach, friend, and mentor, Brian Barch, who passed away unexpectedly in July. Our hearts continue to go out to the Laker family, that the lives that Brian touched. His initials will be in LO's helmets with a season dedicated to the man they all love so much. In the game, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the state went back and forth. Jack Lane, 30-yard strike to Will Hunt. Wow, lay out Will and find it. Reception to the 9. And then that strong family bloodline. Jack Lane, Dylan Lane, TD for the fam. 6-0 LO. Next Laker drive, how about J to J? Jack Lane, Justice Lowe, you can go high. 39-yard touchdown to anchor down, 13-0 home team. Now Mountainside senior Brian Mannion, a Pac-12 caliber talent too, just like his big brother Sean was. A little luck and timing here though. The tip drill, Mav to Mav, that's Benjamin Taylor, a 72-yard touchdown, but this night all for the Lakers, 40-7. Sherwood across the lake with Lake Ridge, the Pacers, now paced by Spencer Phillips, a former prep standout from Eugene. I covered him about 15 years ago. We old. Third quarter, LHS up 28-21. Not all highlights need to be scores. That's Jake Reichel, the brother of his basketball-playing Duck and Beaver brothers, Gabe and Zach, and then Reichel with a payday on his own work. Cash it in. Lake Ridge up 35-21. Fourth quarter, Sherwood on the 6. It's never a gimme, though. Fumble, Pacers recovery. Dallas Gwenzi is on it. Then to put it away, Reichel. Good thing mom and dad could watch again this year. Good thing all the parents can watch again this year. The goal line TD, they win 42-21. The Bowman now led by Kevin Haston, who came over from Newburgh to replace the retired Greg Lawrence. Enjoy it, Greg. Well, off the desk, out in the field, it's Fox 12's Camilla Ortiz. New to FNL in the fall. We had so much fun with you in the spring, Camilla. It's great to bring you back. No better place to be than a hotly contested 4A rivalry, Gladstone in Banks. Welcome.
Thanks, Nick, and you're so right. This is always a hot matchup. The Gladiators and Braves have met in the season opener 5 times in the last 6 seasons, and this one goes to the home team tonight. Banks cashing in that 24-0 victory. And I talked to senior tight end Charlie White before the game started. He told me he thinks his squad belongs at the top of 4A. Gladstone starts with the ball, but doesn't get very far and has to punt. It's Banks' Jamar Flippin, ready to make a deposit with a 70-yard return for the touchdown and the first points on the board. In the second quarter, a nice pass from Banks' QB Cooper Goebel to Charlie White, who found some hops for a gain of 17. The Gladiator defense ultimately forcing the Braves offense to 3 field goals this game. With less than a minute left in the half, Banks' Goebel tries to find Charlie White, but number 14, Robin Banks, with the interception. Doesn't go anywhere, though. Banks leading 12-0 at halftime. Good connections this game between Goebel and Hunter Smith. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 on the 30, and there's a nice snag from Smith for a gain of 20. Fourth quarter, Goebel to Smith again, this time from the 43. Spin move, setting up a nice drive that would lead to this play with 7 minutes left in the game. Banks' Goebel scrambling on the 10-yard line, but finding Charlie White for the second and final touchdown of the game, putting Banks at 21-0. Another field goal gets the Braves to their 24-0 shutout over the Gladiators. I counted 10 punts in this game, countless flags, a lot of bad snaps. But you know what, Nick? It's the first game of the season. Teams are shaking the rust off. I'm shaking the rust off, too. We're all shaking the rust off. And it's all worth it just to be under these lights, especially in these pandemic times. So no complaints here. Reporting live in Banks, Camilla Ortiz, Friday Night Lights.
You know, things left outside for 2 years, they get rusty. Jeremy Johnson, the new boss for Newburgh, busing down to the old black hole of West Salem. The Titans with new turf, it's green. How normal? Brooks Ferguson, normal too. A lot of reps under his helmet. That's Zach Dodson Green, 31-yard touchdown. Titans in the lead early. Like that, how about you like this? Ferguson, a little jump off there, knows where to go. Zach Dodson Green, 3 names, 74 yards. The yak, the explosion. The Titans knocking again in the sunset. Johnny Withers would be then on the spot. Johnny going to take it in for 5 yards. 14-0 for West Salem. They can run, they can throw. How about you can win too? Ferguson, Dodson Green, 20-0 at that point. 24, 34, 29. West Salem in the end. PIL in the Mid-Valley. Roosevelt Rough Riders down I-5 into the North Salem Vikings. TC Manamaleona, one of the best cats around. JJ on the reception here. Jacob Jensen. Get him near the goal line on that drive. Josiah Davis, get on in. Vikings pillage, 22-8 in the second quarter for the lead. Waiting moments to half, a highlight reeler on a kickoff. That's why we are here. Travis Frost. What's happening here? I haven't seen this. This is real TV. Uh-oh. Okay, we got a fumble. That's what's going to happen. Frost is going to scoop and score. 29-8 North Salem. We're taking over. Roosevelt's Imarian Kelly having his season to shine now, but final score, North 48, Roosevelt 28. New year, new school, Air 12, out of the hangar to Hover and Happy Valley, Adrian C. Nelson High. The Nighthawks hosting the Barlow Bruins in the Mount Hood Conference. The first ever big play for the Silver and Black under Aaron Hazel, who came from LaSalle Prep. Defense making the difference in the opening drive. Reed Gray, soft touch, stays upright for a little return to the red zone, out of the end zone, INT, put it on tape. What giveth, what taketh. The Hawks trying to smash between the tackles. Jake Frey lurching into it. Strip rip, Barlow trail ball. That will lead to the first score on the new carpet. Frey give the kid the glory in 4-6. All Barlow, 41-0. Nelson next out of the play. Gresham, the Gophers opener with Clackamas was canceled due to COVID protocol. Air 12 above the greatest setting in the city. The Franklin Lightning riding in after such a positive spring campaign, hosting the South Albany Redhawks. First quarter and a perfect September sunset in the Rose City. Xander Garner, glad to have good guys with good hands like Joel Beltran Martinez. Great snag to move the sticks. Final play of a scoreless opening period. No more. Garner with protection. Beckett Parker Lisk with the slip in. Touchdown Franklin on the board. Second quarter, how about the visits from Albany marching? The visitors, Tyler Cyber. All gas, no brakes, but that doesn't mean you can't throw a flag. Holding there would come back. The 5A Redhawks, though, made it right. Cleaned it up. Maxwell Luber, hat on hat, TD for that tie game. South Albany would pull it out for the win, 21-14. Air 12 over the new look of Tigard High. Look good, feel good, play good. Tigers sunset. Masks and togas. 2021 party. Second quarter, sunset up 14-0. The Apollos had a remarkable spring session, rolling over again. Senior Grady Newsom on the quick out, Aiden Timble on the quick in. A 3-score lead for Sunset over the treetops. Before the half, the air ball below Air 12. Newsom, Hayden Hurley, hulking up to hang on. Sunset real good, Apollo dogs all around, 48-6. Air 12 in Rock Creek, Westview, Oregon City up along 185th. The Wildcats locked and loaded. Guys like Sam Levitt, Darius Clemens played last fall in Utah. They're back to be one of the best in the state. leading 42-0 in the second quarter. Former Beaver Ryan Atkinson, the head coach there at Westview, has his boys playing defense too now. Marcus Jordan is a kid from Oregon City with moves. Cycle out of the scene, a chunk for a big gain, but the Wildcats would bow up and keep the Pioneers out of the end zone the entire night, 49-0 for Westview in the end. Air 12 over Wagon Drive off Cornelius Pass, home to Liberty's Falcons. Aloha Warriors, now coached by James Mitchum, as Bill Volk stepped away from the program after his son Tanner graduated. Lean times there, good times for the Falcons. A 42-0 halftime edge. That's Liam Mulvey coming off the edge, the ankle sack. Celebrate the good times. Even better defense making offense. Elijah Streeter, catch him if you can, and they can't and they won't. Taking it to the streets. Liberty nearing 50. They'd win big. Liberty rolls. At home to ring that victory bell. 56-0. Air 12 above Harefield and Hillsboro. The Crimson Tide of Glencoe and the Green Machine from Sheldon, the alma mater of Joseph Herbert, Chris Miller, countless others. Third quarter, Sheldon up 8. Give us the pop pass. Zach Schlotman, a full track to himself. The good stuff. An 84-yard touchdown to pull within 2 points from the team from Eugene. You don't kick in that situation, you get level. Ian Reynoso's club would do that and tie it at 21-all as Royce Vassell, the quarterback, and a linebacker carried in the conversion. Final ticks, though, that third period, Sheldon would strike back to regain the lead, and they'd keep it 36-29 for Sheldon. Still to come, you better run, and you better make it count. A kid with a big heart to help from Lake Oswego is where we'll go for a high school spotlight. Plus more from our crews in the field, Craig and the OC, Camilla from Banks. It's just good to be back here. Let us know where you're watching the show there at your house. Use that handy hashtag Fox12FNL. Friday Night Lights, we're back after this on Fox 12.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific
We're the
Office
Crusader
Automation.
Cheerleaders, and you're watching Fox 12's Friday Night Lights.
Well, after a fall of emptiness, prep athletes in the region back on their fields and courts of play for the 2021 season. You love to see it, be it, change it. Lake Oswego's Jackson Rigney, our high school spotlight. Lake Oswego sophomore Jackson Rigney is a typical 16-year-old on the run.
I like to work my body and work my brain.
From rowing to cross country to basketball and track. And oh yeah, Jackson is also a volunteer for the Young Men's Service League.
I just wanted to do something where I could take my athletics, what I love to do, challenge myself athletically, and make a good cause and connect those together.
Jackson knows how to connect the dots.
Why not try and help people as much as I can? Why not do what I can do?
What Jackson did this summer was run 24 miles in 24 hours. Every hour, on the hour, with no time to sleep.
It didn't really hit me too hard because the energy drinks wore off by around 4 or 5 in the morning.
Jackson is a rock star whose monster shot of a personal marathon was for far more than self.
Food insecurity it's a statewide. I mean, it's everywhere, but it's bigger than just Lake Oswego.
Jackson's 24 in 24 was for Hunger Fighters Oregon, a pantry based right by LOHS.
That's what's really simple about Hunger Fighters, that it's people, organizations, and restaurants and stuff. They bring in food, and then it gets distributed from right in there, so people can pull their cars up.
Hunger Fighters started as a Lake Oswego junior high project and is now in its 5th year as a nonprofit organization, providing reliable access to nutritious food and essential hygiene items.
Hunger Fighters themselves had the idea to distribute the funds in a way where 75% of the funds went to them, but a quarter went back to the state, because food insecurity it's everywhere.
A never-ending summer feat to feed those who need it now more than ever in all of our communities.
I know that Lake Oswego doesn't have it as bad as other places, but there are people here that need help. There are people that need help everywhere, and I'm just trying to do my part to help people where I live and help the people that I know and help the people that I live near.
Yeah, the kids are going to be all right. We'd love to share your stories from your world. You can reach out and we'll connect and meet and greet and feature the great kids in your prep community in our high school spotlight segment. Strike up the band, baby.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, Fox 12's Craig Bernbach loved doing our Fan of the Night features in the past, but the present a little different in life. You may have heard that. So instead, let's hear it for our cheer of the night.
Hey, Nick, we're back here at Pioneer Stadium, Camas and Central Catholic, and we're going to do a little something this year called the Cheer of the Night, when we highlight the cheerleading squads. First up, the Camas Papermakers, and I got to ask you, what do you love about cheerleading?
My favorite thing is just how close everyone becomes in such a short span and how overall we can get so much done in such a short time.
What is your key job during a football game?
Just to be loud and make sure the crowd's as involved as everyone else should be. I think we're the most spirited and we're all like the most involved with our crowd, and our whole program is just like one big happy family.
Yes, we are. C-C-H-S. Don't mess with Camas because we are the best. I said C-C-H-S. Don't mess with Camas because we are the best. Rally.
Well, after last season's strange and shortened spring season, Friday Night Lights is back on schedule this year. Let's keep it that way. Fox 12's Camilla Ortiz made her way down Highway 6 to Titletown in Banks.
Crisp, soon-to-be fall air and the start of football.
Labor Day weekend, you know, we've been waiting for this for a couple years now. This year feels like the regular football atmosphere, and it's just great to get back out here.
What's regular or normal anymore anyway? Fans are still wearing masks, but happy to at least be back in the stands with no lists or capacity limits.
It's great. I can't hardly wait for kickoff, and this place is going to be crazy mad.
Braves coach Cole Linehan telling me the team actually got to do summer workouts and organize before the first matchup against Gladstone. The biggest goal this season, he says, keep everybody healthy and make it to the field every Friday.
We don't get to watch as much film. We don't get to do as much things as we've done, team dinners and that kind of stuff. You know, it's just too high of a risk this year.
Well, if you missed the highlight portion of the show, we've got you covered. You can navigate over to the sports page on KPTV.com. The full show is in the process right now being uploaded to the Fox 12 YouTube page as well. You know what to do there. You like, you subscribe, you'll see it every week. We'll see you next week for week 2 of Friday Night Lights.
Thanks for watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.